Hey guys, Lightning Ztone here, and today we're back with another toy review. And today we're going to be reviewing the Ultra Monster series, Ultraman Zero Darkness, and Ultra Dark Killer. And right off the bat, I gotta say, these are probably the worst figures that I've ever reviewed or got for this year. For one big reason, but if you're wondering why am I reviewing these two figures at the same time, it's because, well, originally I was gonna do individual reviews for each of these figures, but I figured why not put them in one, so that way I don't have to, because these two, they're like my least favorite figures that I got for this year, and they're probably like the worst one that I've gotten so far for this year. So yeah, before we take a look at their figures, let's take a look at the tags they come with. So here we have Ultraman Zero Darkness. It's been a while since I've gotten these Ultra Monster Series figures. So yeah, Ultra Monster Series, figure number 230, which is a lot. Zero Darkness in that photo right there, and stuff in Japanese that I cannot read. And other stuff in Japanese that I cannot read. And that's basically it for his tag. Now let's take a look at the lamest villain, Ultra Dark Killer. There's a nice image there of Ultra Dark Killer from the Ultra Galaxy fight. What took them so long to make a figure of this guy? This guy was in like an Ultra Galaxy fight from 2022, I think, or 2019. But the point is, it took them like 5 or half a decade to make a figure of him. So yeah, stuff in Japanese I cannot read. And remember, customer services are not acceptable outside of Japan. So that's basically it for his tag. Now, these figures, they're not completely bad. I mean, it's nice that we're finally getting, like, you know, new figures of these characters, of this Zero form. I don't think this Zero form was ever made in the Spark Doll toy line. Zero only got, like, his main form and his Zero Corona and Luna Miracle and Spark Dolls, you know, from the Ginga S toy line. And then just recently they just like made an Ultraman Zero, like, you know, with the armor that he has. But I'm pretty sure that was in from that 3-pack, Ultra Hero Series 3-pack of Ultraman Zero figures. But I don't know if I'm mistaken or not. You guys let me know in the comments. But the point is, this form of Zero hasn't been made yet in this modern Ultra Monster Series toy line. Or this, yeah. So yeah, it's cool that they make a figure of this Zero form. And it's really cool that Ultra Dark Killer finally got a figure. A few years ago, I was trying to customize a figure into this guy, and his design is really difficult to translate into a custom figure. Especially one that I'm gonna use a lot for my projects. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first ever Ultra Dark Killer to ever receive a figure. Because if you guys don't know, Ultra Dark Killer was from an Ultraman Taro arcade game or something. Basically, he was a video game exclusive character. I saw him in the music video of Ultraman Taro. Basically, those cutscenes where Taro was fighting a bunch of monsters and he's teaming up with the Ultra Brothers. And the 3D of that arcade game looks amazing. And then this guy showed up in that music video. I was wondering, oh geez, who is he? He looks really cool. Now, don't get me wrong, Ultra Dark Killer looks cool in the video game. I am not a huge fan of his live action suit, because it just looks bulky and like, he looks less intimidating in my opinion. I mean, if you compare this look to the 3D model of him, not gonna lie, the 3D model looks way better and more intimidating than this. So yeah guys, Ultra Dark Killer, he was in an arcade game, and I think he appeared in 2017. This suit was used in a stage show of Ultraman Geed. I remember correctly, because Ultraman Geed was like fighting off this guy, Ultra Dark Killer, and then he had a suit. And I was like, oh gosh, that's the guy from the Ultraman Taro arcade game, and they finally bring him to live action, which is pretty cool, in my opinion, pretty cool. But yeah, and he appeared in the Ultra Galaxy fight New Generation Heroes. I forgot what year, I think it was 2019. But the point is, yeah, he was just there. And yeah, that's it. Like, he He never got a figure from that toy line for some reason. Until now. So what took them so long? And the reason why I'm saying this could be the first ever merchandise or figure of Ultra Dark Killer is because they teased in SH Figuarts like many years ago. And to this day, it's never released. But then again, that's not the first SH Figuart that never got released. So anyways, enough backstory. Let's get on with the review and take a look at these figures up close. And as he's falling down, I need to raise up the camera and then zoom in. So yeah, pretty nice details for the face. It looks a little small. Like his face is small. Like look how big that head is, but then look at his tiny face. So yeah, you got some metallic orange there for the eyes, purple for the forehead, black outline for the eyes, and overall silver head. A lot of spikes I see. I thought this guy was like an evil Ultraman Taro or something. And if I'm not mistaken, there was like a evil Ultra Brothers in one of those arcade games. You guys let me know in the comments. Silver, I think it's gunmetal silver for the chest piece. Of course, it's half painted, not the rest. And more stuff that they could have painted, like these parts, but they didn't for some reason. Except for these parts right here. At least they painted it, but not all the way. And that's a lot of design in the back. But yeah, his arm guards, whatever you want to call these, yeah, they're picked out in silver. But not all the way around. Jesus. So yeah. I understand that this figure is for kids, but there's one issue that I'm pretty sure kids will even have with this figure. And it's not just paint. We'll get into that in a second. So that's Ultra Dark Killer. Now let's take a look at Ultraman Zero Darkness. Now if you're wondering if this is just the exact same figure as the Sparkle one, keep in mind that Ultra Zero Darkness has the same head and chest armor and design of Ultraman Zero, even this piece right here. But the body is different because the body is designed after Belial. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he like possessed him or something in Ultra Zero fight? Oh. So yeah, that's this figure is not just a repaint or reissue or reused of the Zero Spark doll. As you can see, it's mostly brand new and less painted, might I add. And look, he has no life scan, so this is an entirely brand new figure. So yeah. Red there for the forehead, orange there for the eyes, and purple for the color timer. And the chest armor is picked out in the metallic, not metallic, gunmetal silver or black metal silver. I don't know, but of course not all the way around for some reason. So yeah, here's like a full body view, and here's the back, so you can get a good idea of like what to expect here. Oh. So yeah, his design is really complex on his back. For some reason, it's like a Christmas tree, how you put a lot of decorations on the front, but on the back there's like very less details. So yeah, now articulation wise, just like every single Ultraman figure, the arms can do a full 360 rotation, same for the other arms. And 360 rotation on the waist, which I'm not a huge fan of. They should have put the rotation joint on the head, so they can turn their head at least. Same thing for Zero Darkness. So yeah. Now, here's my biggest issue with these figures. Now let's look at Ultraman Zero Darkness. Now let's compare him next to Good Zero, or the regular Ultraman Zero figure from the Spark Doll toy line. What is the issue here? If you guys are gonna say the size, then that is correct. As you can see, well, he's kinda the same height as Zero, kinda. But then look at the Ice Sludgers. You can clearly tell that he's a little shorter than Zero. Just a little shorter. And like look, if the figure was like this big, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But he's just downscaled a little bit. But then again, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this character wasn't that important in Ultra Galaxy Fight New Generation Heroes. So yeah, that was Zero Darkness. Now here is my biggest issue with this figure of Ultra Dark Killer. Let's compare him next to Ultraman Taro, who he fought in that arcade game. Yeah, he is pretty tiny. If he was this big, I would have accepted it. Like, that would have been better. But no, he is really tiny. Like, if he was that tall in the Ultra Galaxy Fight New Generation Heroes, I'm pretty sure Taro would have whooped his behind. But yeah, look how tiny he is. And I know Ultra Monster Series figures shrinking for the Ultraman figures. That's usually the thing with kaijus. Like, look at Ultraman Rising Naranga for an example. He is tiny. But then look at this. This is an Ultraman villain. Like, you know, he kind of looks like an Ultraman, but yet he is shrinking too. Like, what's the big idea here? I'm pretty sure kids will have a problem with that. Pretty sure. Like, they want their heroes and villains to be like, you know, like face to face, like eye to eye, not face to chest. But yeah. But if you hang on, let me grab a modern Ultra Hero Series figure. Now that scale doesn't work. But yeah, this newer Ultraman figure is a little shorter than the older one. So yeah, guys, that's my review of the Ultra Hero Series, Ultra Monster Series, Ultra Dark Killer, and Ultraman Zero Darkness. Now, what do I think about these figures overall? Overall, these figures, my gosh, they're great. I mean, they're not entirely bad. In my opinion, it's just the size. They should have been a little, like, bigger. So that way they can be face to face with the Ultraman figures, but yeah. These figures are not entirely bad. It's just that one thing that's a big problem. It's just a scale. But other than that, if you have to pick one of these figures, I would say go for Ultra Dark Killer because, like I said, this is the first ever figure of that character that's ever been released. And for Ultraman Zero Darkness, I guess get it if you're a huge fan of Ultraman Zero, I guess. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that these guys finally got figures, so that way I can army build my evil Ultraman army. But yeah, I just wish these figures were a little bigger. So yeah, guys, that was my review of the Ultra Monster Series, the Ultra Dark Killer, and Ultraman Zero Darkness. Let me know in the comments what you think about these figures, and do you have these figures or do you plan on buying these figures? But yeah, I definitely recommend Ultra Dark Killer, especially, just him. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.